So yeah, this is going to be our water. We can still feel the cartilage on the end of the bone. It's still a little slimy. Color looks about the same. Let's go ahead and put it on the scale to see its mass. So here we're getting, let me make sure we're getting an accurate one. So our water measurement today is going to be 8. Oh, actually, this is more around. So we get about 11 for water. I'll put our water one down here. The scale is really not meant to be that fine for grams, so I'm just gonna put this over next to water. All right, let's take a look at our vinegar. I don't want to put this on the computer mat. Oh, I got all messed up. It's drying off the vinegar right now. So right off the bat, I immediately notice there's more of this bone that's been chipped away here. You can see that this bone's been kind of eaten away. We still have a little bit of the, so it doesn't feel as slimy at the ends. So a little bit of this tissue's been kind of started to get eaten away by the vinegar as well. Same thing on this end. So we definitely know some of this bone is starting to break down. So let's go ahead and put it on our scale. We're going to zero the scale again. So we have about 11 again. All right. So that's our vinegar. And then lastly, let's look at our bleach. I gotta be really careful with this because what you'll notice is, put one of these down. Where's the other one? Smells like a swimming pool. Stash this. I'm gonna grab another paper towel. All right. And so notice our bleach bone has broken. The insides of the bones now are completely eaten away. You can see this kind of honeycomb pattern on it. So the insides of the bone have gotten eaten away. So we can get this honeycomb pattern. So it looks kind of like a web inside. We can see here too, there's a big portion of the bone that's been eaten away. I can feel some of the bones start to come off on my, you can see it on my hands too. So this bone is literally starting to fall apart in that bleach. So let's put this on here, see how much we get. So we have about 8 grams. Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this out of the way. And I'll move this up so we can kind of see this. But this would be our data for today. So I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and record this. I'll try to get a better shot of the inside of the bone. You can kind of see a little bit of this, or actually, yeah, you can see kind of through it. It's like a little spider web inside. And I'd say if I was talking about color, the vinegar bone is definitely a little bit darker than the water bone. So, there we go. One thing you can notice too, look at the bleach here. You can see all this layer of scum on the top. That's all the fat, the connective tissue, all the other stuff that has been broken down into the bleach. So when we think about skeletons, right, we usually think about this, the bones being. One thing that you can notice too, see how it's a little bit darker towards the ends here? You can see that the bone is actually starting to be really, really thin and starting to get eaten away. Cool. All right, so that's gonna be our data. Let's go ahead and put these back for tomorrow. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do right now, let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen. I'm going to post our classwork for today. So our last thing that we're going to do with our skeletal system, we're going to look a little bit about what makes up bones. So we're going to look at the bone anatomy today, and we should be good from there. So give me a minute and I'll pull that up. We'll have that posted for us. All right, so for today, it should be posted. So I'll go ahead and put that up for us. We should have our, under our class page, we should have 8.4, which is our bone anatomy. Sorry, it should be 8.5. So today is going to be looking a little bit more into this. This is going to help us with our osteoporosis lab, but this kind of goes through a little bit of what's inside the bone. So we can actually kind of see how the bone is hollow in our, with the actual chicken bone. And we're going to be looking at some microscope pictures of bone cells. So if we cut a bone across and looked under a microscope, what would we see? So for this one, there's a series of questions that you're going to answer based off of the information here. So you guys should be able to finish these up today in class. So I'll give you the period to work on this. Tomorrow, we're going to do our quiz. Tomorrow, we're going to have our unit test. This here will help out with the study guide because the study guide asks about osteoblasts and osteoclasts. Here they talk about osteoblasts and osteoclasts as well. So cool. So you guys have the period to work on this for the the videos. I'm going to post them at the end of the period. Zoom doesn't let me